We've seen that when two numbers are both positive or both negative, the greater number is to the right of the smaller number on the horizontal number line. Let's see if this rule applies to an inequality of two numbers with opposite signs. Consider the inequality -3 is less than 2. The inequality sign opens up to the number 2, so 2 is greater than -3. In the image, we can see the position of these two numbers on the horizontal number line. The negative integer, -3, is positioned to the left of 0, while the positive integer, 2, is positioned to the right of 0. With respect to each other, 2 is positioned to the right of -3. So the general rule that the greater number in an inequality is positioned to the right of the other number on the horizontal number line holds true even for this inequality. Restating the rule, we can say that in an inequality relationship, the greater number is always positioned to the right of the smaller number on the horizontal number line, regardless of the number's signs.
Okay, so
watch the video on the next screen to learn more about number lines.
So what we've been seeing is we're making an argument. We're noticing with two positive numbers that the greater number is always to the right on the number line. Then we're looking, okay, that's true, but then is it true for negative numbers? When we look at two negative numbers, again, that positive or that greater number is still always to the right. Now we're looking at two with different signs. So what we're looking for is there any time when that rule doesn't apply? And we're finding out that no, there's no time when the rule doesn't apply. So as long as we can put a number on a number line, we can compare that number by looking at which one is farther right is going to be the greater value. The ones that are farther left are going to be the least value. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is there anybody that's confused about what they're doing right now? So we're looking at two positives, it's true. Two negatives, it's true. And now we have a negative and a positive sign. And it still holds true that the farther right you go, the greater the value of the numbers. Okay. And 7. No, I had a pause.
Out of inequalities. In an inequality, the symbol always opens to the larger number.
I want to go back a little
bit. Let's compare.
Go ahead.
Out of inequalities. In an inequality, the symbol always opens to the larger number. Let's compare 4 and 7. Think of the inequality like a shark's head. The shark would much rather eat a larger number than a smaller number, especially if the shark was on a strict numbers-only diet. On a number line, the number to the right is always the larger number, and the number on the left is always the smaller number. 4 is less than 7. 5 is less than 9. And 8, you guessed it, is less than 12. Let's look at an inequality to see if we can relate the inequality to the position on a number line without graphing them first. Let's look at the inequality 3 is less than 4. The inequality opens up to the 4, so 4 is larger than 3. This means that 3 is to the left of 4 on the number line. Now, let's look at the inequality -2 is greater than -5. The inequality opens to the -2, so -2 is larger than -5. This means that -2 is to the right of -5. Notice that in an inequality, if the less than symbol is used, the order of the numbers remains the same on a number line. If the greater than symbol is used, the order of the numbers is reversed on a number line. Speaking of inequalities, this shark's appetite appears to be greater than a numbers-only diet. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Okay, let's look at this question. Which statement is true for a horizontal number line? What's true for a horizontal number line? Desiree, and tell me why. Tell me why none of the other ones are true, but that one is. So she's right. 6 is less than 8. Why are none of the other ones true and that one is? Dania?
Because 2 is less than 7, -8 is less than 5, and 1 is less than 0. I mean,
negative 1. Very good. Okay, so everything else is exactly the opposite of what it should be. The only one that is true is 6 is less than 8. Okay, so you wish they turned what off? Who has the music on?